You are now tuned in to the Gifted Gab.
We back. Another episode of 1K Convos. I got a really special guest with me today. My man Jamelle Davis. Long time coming.
Long time, man.
Thanks for stopping by, man.
But we should have done this a minute ago, fam.
Yeah, I know.
But we get busy.
Man. We get busy, Booked and busy is the best way to have it. You know what I'm saying? But, I'm a big fan of your art. Big fan. I need a piece. I've been talking. I might need that original, that one we were talking about.
Headspace.
Yeah, Headspace. Yeah.
Headspace.
I think that's a really, really strong piece. You did that during the pandemic?
Yeah, I did that during the pandemic and right at the beginning. And it was a weird time too because I just had a kid and then my season was cut short because of the pandemic. And I was getting little tiny offers to go back overseas. And I was do I take that and be an absent father already? Or do I kind of just do as much as I can?
Mm-hmm.
So it was a weird time. Not a lot of people to kind of lean on and talk to about it, make those type of big ass decisions. And just kind of living in a different country and being stuck here during the pandemic too. It's just been an emotional roller coaster, fam, to kind of put in small, easy words, but
because you're not from Canada, obviously. I think people can tell by your accent.
Nah.
So what being in another country during a pandemic?
Yeah.
How did that really affect kind of your not just your career because you were hooping. What country were you in before you?
I was in Austria.
I
was in Austria, and the maddest thing as well, I'll show you the video. I was in the apartment and this weird siren went off, and I think it was the town's first reported case. And then later on that evening, the owners came to my crib. They were like, "Hey, look, we're just gonna send you back to Canada."
Damn.
And they were like, "Do you want to lay over in London? You want to see your little bros?" And I'm like, "Yeah, let's do that."
So you stopped home before you came back?
Yeah, stopped in London. Saw my little brothers for a couple days, real brief, and then went back.
Damn.
Came back here.
And then it was back to square one, but
back to
square. The pandemic was a hard reset for everybody, I feel like.
Yeah. It was, I feel like the pandemic has shown everyone what a low is, and it's kind of humbled and leveled everyone in a way. There's so many people that have lived their life with their families, their loved ones, and or even with their just kind of whatever situation they're in from a wealth standpoint, and they haven't really felt a bottom. They haven't felt they felt a bottom, their own type of bottom, but they haven't felt a communal bottom where everybody is feeling down too. And you're not just gonna be felt sorry for. Everybody kind of needs that type of sympathy and empathy too. And I think that has opened up a lot of people's eyes. That's why now people want to be more interested in art. People are more interested in supporting local. People are more interested in movements and how we can better the education system and stuff like that, because we've had so much time to kind of reflect on what the hell was going on. But that's only because we're all having this communal down right now, or at some point during the pandemic. It's kind of pulled everyone together in a way.
It has pulled everyone together because everybody's when you talk about the communal bottom, we're all facing it, and then everybody within it has their own different bottoms and stuff. But sometimes I feel in this day and age, from what I see, something I like to call the trauma Olympics, where everybody's trying to say okay, you're going through this thing. Yeah, well, I went through this thing. And there's this battle to see whose trauma is and I'm not a fan of it. It's everybody's path is different, and the pandemic was okay, we're all at different bottoms, so there's only one way to go, but up from here. And depending on how you look at it, because some people's lives were lost during the pandemic, of course. People lost jobs, people, a whole bunch of shit happened that none of us have control over. But what you're talking about is that sense of unity. Is like, you know, some people's eyes really.
Yeah, those walls and fences and hedges that people put up, those barriers that they had for everybody else, different classes. I'm not saying that they're diminished, that they're gone, but you can kind of see through the fence a little bit now.
Yeah.
And, you know, we're not asking people to take away their fence. You know, you put your barriers up how you put them up. But there's a difference between a brick wall and a picket fence, fam. You can see through the picket fence. You can see what's going on the other side. And you're still protected somewhat. You still have your guard up. But that brick, it doesn't do you good, fam. It
doesn't. And it's interesting how, you know, we're still in the pandemic. And
it's weird, you know.
we're going on 2 years now.
2
years.
Yeah.
It's been 2 years of the pandemic, you know, and when you talk about that picket fence and that brick wall, there's people that still have the brick wall up. Throughout everything, they're still hiding behind this ignorance, as opposed to saying, yeah, okay, you know what? There's some teachable moments here. There's some learning that can be done with everything that's going on, and, you know, for the most part, from what I've seen, everybody's taking something from this. Everybody's taking something completely different. But everybody's taking something. You know? But then there's still a group of people that are just still in this feedback loop. You know? And it's like, what are you waiting for? What are you waiting for to happen for you to kind of just say, damn, this ain't it.
This ain't it. You gotta switch something up.
Yeah, you know? Because for me, I seen things, I'm like, I seen things for what they are. You know, I like to consider myself a critical thinker, and I think most people are critical thinkers in this day and age.
Until it's critical to think.
You know, you have access to all this information, but, you know, COVID showed us that, like, all this information within it, there's also a lot of misinformation, you know, and what I've seen is, like, okay, the people that you thought that were really good at critical thinking are starting to look at things and not be able to look at it and, like, okay, well, this is probably full of shit. Okay, well, this might be a conspiracy, but this is actually some real shit over here. And then, you know, it's too much information at once.
It's just the same, like, they're in that same mindset from before the pandemic, and that's a life, like, I feel like that's just a life behavior, like, you know, to kind of always needing to be told what's going on. Like, some people need to be told constantly by their peers and friends that their clothing designs are fire before they even put anything out, before they make a website, before they make a logo for themselves, before they tell people that, you know, they're trying to start up a brand or anything like that. They need all of this feedback. And that's so instilled into us, bruv, that, man, it's the same, bro. I'm about to loop into something mad, right?
It's I don't know.
It's the same behavior, man. This shit translates.
It is, but it's like, you know, so much has happened. So much has happened. It's like one of these events that have transpired over the last 2 years should have just sparked something. You know, like, there should be some sort of new, for me, like, the pandemic happened. I was laid off from the job, like a part-time job I had. So I was part-time at this job and then part-time at the store. And my employer had hit me up. This is during the pandemic. I'm still working. And she's like, yo, listen, your contract renewal is coming up, but you don't seem engaged with our work. She said that to me. And I said, yo, listen, like, I got a bunch of stuff on my plate, and I'd be lying to you if I said that, you know, I'm 100%
like,
here.
This is where I'm retiring.
I wasn't there. Mentally, I was at work, but I wasn't there. I was bringing my laptop to work, doing my work for the store, doing the work for the Gifted Gab on company time. You know, so she's telling me, like, you know, you don't seem engaged. I'm like, yo, honestly, I got a lot of projects that I'm working on, and, you know, I know my renewal is coming up. So if you're thinking about not renewing me, I wouldn't be mad. I just said that to her. I just put that out there because deep down, you know, I was attached to this security, this paycheck. It was cool.
I mean, it's there, innit?
It's there.
It's coming but something.
Deep down, like, I'm deep down, as I'm at work, even though that job is somewhat fulfilling, I'm like, there's more, you know. And the pandemic for me was like, okay, now I'm working from home. It might be time. This might be that sign to say, okay, yo, like let's jump off the cliff, you know.
Go right in, fam. Go 100.
Yeah.
That's funny, man. Like I've always wondered, like growing up, all of the different job interviews that I've gone to, how they want you to respond to that question. Why do you want to work for this company, fam? I need money. Like we're here, bro. I need to eat. Like, come on. Like, why am I so interested in strawberry yogurt, bruv? You know, yogurt is amazing. It's my passion. You know, I've loved yogurt since I was a kid. And nah, G, like, people need, just like you're saying, at some point, when are they gonna wait? When is people gonna really realize, like, and see what's going on and be present? The pandemic came for me. Came back from Austria, and like my stay to be here, I had to be here before the borders were closed up, because I'm on a visa and everything like that. So all of that's pending, and I can't travel on a pending visa. Yeah. So if I'm in the UK and my stuff is still pending,
you're stuck there.
I'm stuck there. The Canada border closes. I don't know when I'm gonna get to see my little man. You know, like, it's just too many different variables. You know, I got so much stuff here as well. I built a life here for myself too. Met so many people, friends, and that I consider family and stuff like that. But that came for me. I wasn't eligible for a lot of the things that came out to help, all of the relief benefits and stuff. And that's where I was like, damn, this is what I like. Deep end, huh? Okay, life, let's go. Let me really go into this art stuff then.
It's scary.
Scary.
It's very scary.
It's mad scary, but you know, it's swimming, fam. Like, you're not really gonna be in a situation that you're not gonna enjoy, that you're not gonna like, because you control every situation you're in. You know what I mean? Even the goals that you have, like you and me, like, I respect you as a man today. Today is what? Saturday. All right. All the goals that you have in your head, I don't know any of them unless you tell me, innit? Monday comes, or I see you tomorrow. If you change any of your goals overnight, or you push some of them back, I have no idea, fam. That's it's all in your head, man. So, nah, man, it's super scary, bruv.
It is super scary. It's scary because it's like, you were saying that, like, all our life, we're told what to do. We're told, we're out here for feedback. Yeah. And so, okay, well, I've done this. What's my next task? You know, and when you're, you know, working under someone, working for someone, or you're on a contractual base, whatever it is that you do. Yeah. You know, the school system teaches us, okay, how to be obedient, how to be docile. You know, like how to just take, you know, instructions and take orders and stuff like that. So then when it's a lot of unlearning.
It is.
It's a lot of unlearning, because you think, imagine you're in school for, I don't know how many years of your life. I'm 28. You're what, 28, right?
27.
27. So think about maybe more than half of our lives. We're in a school system that tells us, okay, how to think, how to work, how to act, you know, how to dress. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? If you went to uniform school, they tried it at Eastern Commerce, but yeah, it didn't work. But like, you know, they drill these things into you, and then you go out into the world and say, okay, I'm equipped with this stuff. But then you go to this job, you work at this job, I've worked like many different jobs, and I realized that, yo, like, it's all the same shit. It's just the uniform is different. Yeah. You know, the uniform is different. The pay is not the same. Paycheck to paycheck, I have no money. You know what I'm saying? Like, 1 week after I get paid, I have no bread. Yeah. You know, bills get paid, all this stuff. And then at one point, I'm like, yo, like, this isn't it. This can't be it. You tell me I got to work here for 40 years?
Run out, man. Take a risk.
You know what I'm saying? So it was like, the pandemic for me was like, yo, like, jump in the deep end. Yeah. No life jacket. Just go in there and just do whatever that you want to do, whatever those goals that you have, whatever it is, you know. And then over that time, we're about to approach the new year. We're about to touch the new year. This time last year, I was like, yo, 2020 was amazing. Now I'm approaching 2021. I'm like, yo, 2021 was amazing. It's better than 2020. Yeah. You know, so now every year is just better than the last year. You know, I hope 2022 is the same. And it is going to be the same thing. You know what I'm saying?
It is. Everyone's quiet now on social media, though. Nobody's talking about how 2022 is their year. I don't see any of those posts right now, but
And I don't know, man. Like, I think we're in a different time now. You know, everything that we thought was solid and forever, and all these systems we're seeing, like 2020, 2021, we've seen the rise of cryptocurrency. You know, we're seeing employers are complaining that nobody wants to work. Bro, why would I want to work if the government gives me a $900 check and I can turn that into 50 grand? Why would I work? You know what I'm saying? Like, people don't understand, like, before all this happened, anybody that was being paid, they were underpaid. They still are underpaid for what they do. You know what I'm saying? 60 grand a year, 70 grand a year, 80 grand a year sounds like a lot. But after the government gets their share, you know what I'm saying? Your landlord gets their share. Your car gets their share. You know what I'm saying?
EPCOR comes in. The energy bills got to get, you know what I'm saying? What's left, you know? And then I think, you know, some people are like, yo, I get it now. You know, and some people, I think the people that haven't got it yet, they're on the edge. They're so close. It's just one more thing. You can hear them, though, asking questions.
Yeah.
That's who they are. They're asking you better questions like, yo, what would it be like if I was to do this or this? Or do you think something like, or they would tell you an idea, do you think this would blow up? And if they're not here, it's kind of sad, bro. Like, some people don't hear, like, yeah, that will blow up, they won't do it.
And that's the thing, like, if I come to you with an idea, my pops always tells me, like, people used to come up to him for business ideas, you know? And he would look at them and say, if I had an idea that was $1 million idea, why would I give it to you?
Yeah.
You know? That's what he would say. Because it's like, your $1 million idea has to be believed in by you and you only. It only takes a little bit of crazy to believe that, yo, I can get this thing done. Yeah. And then that belief just, you know, it reinforces whatever it is that you're trying to do over and over again.
100%. A lot of stuff I'm not shy to ask people as well, like those people on the edge that we were just talking about, that are asking all of these questions before they take a step. Yeah, I do the same thing, but I've already started the idea, fam. I've already started the coding for the app. Like, I have something that I'm working on right now, and like, I've asked one of my homies how he thought about it, and I was not gonna care about his response.
Take it with a grain of salt.
Yeah, I was not gonna care if he was like, "Oh, that's not really gonna work." I'm like, I already put hours into it. I already put weeks into it. I don't really care, G.
Because what I've realized is, like, we're all just regular people. Yeah. We're all just regular people. It doesn't matter if you play in the NBA. It doesn't matter if you're the greatest rapper alive. It doesn't matter if you run the biggest tech company in the world. It doesn't matter if you're a revered artist. It doesn't matter. Because at the end of the day, the only thing that separates, you know, immortals from mortals is the drive to just get the shit done, the focus. That's just all it is. There's nothing else that separates anybody. It's not circumstances. It's not money. It's not situations. It's not, I had this. It's none of that. It's like, when you wake up, do you say, yo, I'm going to do whatever it takes to get this thing done? Yeah. You know, you might not get it done that day.
Nah, but it's the accountability.
There you go.
That's the really important part, fam. Accountability is first, and consistency is right after that. Like, there's so many people I meet, bro, that have so much potential in them.
Absolutely.
With just anything that, whatever that they're trying, it's just like, yo, I can see it. But you don't hold yourself accountable. You won't ever tell yourself when something flopped because it was you, because you kind of started that chain of reaction. You just blame on something else, like, oh, yo, I was late because, you know, the traffic and blah, blah, blah. First, like, nah, G, you were late because you didn't order the Uber in time. You
Simple as that.
We were popping up at 6.
They don't know that you were late. It's okay.
Yeah, they don't know.
It's okay. No, but that's some real shit.
It's the accountability, fam. You have to understand that. Like, I know I didn't order the Uber in time. And I had other stuff I was doing today that I didn't plan properly. And that's what the fuck happens.
Are you still buying your carpets from the same place you buy your fruits? Are you still buying your carpets from the same place you buy your underwear? Shame on you. Treat your own with some respect. Come shop with me at Kashan Persian Rugs. What's that you said? You can't afford one. Nonsense. You can come in store right now and walk out with the rug with our new Buy Now, Pay Later program. That's right. Buy now, pay later. Come shop with us at Kashan Persian Rugs.
It's important. Even if you work in a job, you still got to be accountable.
Yeah.
You know? I mean,
for everything you do, you know, every time you're late, every time you kind of slack off, you know, even, I'm not even gonna lie, man, when I worked them jobs, there was 10-minute breaks.
I tell you, man.
I mean, I'm a great worker. I do my job, but I do my job to a point where it's like I can take those breaks, and that's why I hold myself accountable too. It's like I'm messing up right now. I know I'm breaking the rules, but like this is what's happening.
You're a better man than me.
I
was in that bathroom 40 minutes.
Yeah.
45 minutes. Showing up to late. Boss asked you, hey, I heard you late. No, I was there. I got in right there. You know, like, but with those kind of things, it's like, you don't really want to be there.
No.
You know, I don't know. I can't speak for everybody because some people, they're cool with that 9 to 5. And everybody thinks it's such a polar thing. It's like, oh, I don't want to have to worry about running a business. You don't have to run a business to not work a 9 to 5.
Yeah.
You are the business. You know what I'm saying?
It's okay, man. There's always different levels to it, innit? Like, there's risk takers and there's people that are settlers, right? There's, you know, even dating back into the days of villages, man, there were the knights, the people that would fight for their town. And there were the people that were just like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna the pig that scatters around the outskirts. I'm gonna go grab that. Like I'm not gonna go with the man them when they're going out to grab all of the big meat. Jay, where you going?
It's interesting because even like the concept of entrepreneurship, people think it's such a fad, but people don't understand like this is a transcendent thing that's been here for generations, like centuries, millennia. You know, you go back in the day, you talk about knights. Who else were beside the knights? Who was making the swords? The blacksmiths. You know what I'm saying? Where's everybody eating from? The merchants, the farmers. You know, so these weren't big corporations that were running these things. These are just individuals that said, yo, there's a hole here. There's a problem here. There's a need here. I can provide a solution. Yeah. You know, and people act like, you know, because the modern day entrepreneur is glorified on social media. You know, it's like Lamborghini and selling courses and, you know, drop shipping. It's like it's so like it's like a fad almost, you know. But this is something that has been in us for generations and generations and generations. And, you know, we come to the Western world, it's all corporate interests, you know. You could speak on it, especially in the UK. It's a lot of corporate interests and politics and where the money's going and where it's coming from, and, you know, and you end up just being a cog in the machine.
Yeah. How, you know, touching back on the pandemic, how I can kind of see it is that, think of an ant's nest, you know, those glass ant nests that are tall in kids' bedrooms and stuff. All of the ants are us, and there are some of us that haven't explored other parts of that nest. Now that nest broke and it's shattered, and we all know it's shattered, and we're all just going back into the nest that's just on the ground already. Now some people are going back into their roles. They're like, this is me, this is what I do. And some people are going back to to their growths, to their parts, and they're just like, to be honest, I'm good at sales. Like I've been working sales my whole life. I can be an entrepreneur and sell my own brand. Like, I can do that. You know, and people are really understanding and starting to see what's happening. So that's really the big shake. Like just the whole different groups and everything like that. But everyone has a place, innit? At the end of the day, and you decide that. Every time you go to sleep at night, you decide where your place is. You wake up in the morning, you're like, yeah, this is where my place is on this earth. This is what I'm gonna do. This is how I'm gonna spend my day. And this is how I'm gonna spend all of my days. Like when I look back on this week, I'm gonna say it's been a good week because I went to work every day. Congratulations, by the way, for having a secure job. Congrats. But I went to work every day, and this I'm okay with this. And that, I don't know, man. For me, I'm such a risk taker, man. Such a risk taker.
Can't stay put in one place, eh?
I can't, fam. Like, I can't. I don't see the benefits in settling. And I think even that itself has deterred me, and like that's overflowed into like my love relationships as well, because I'm starting to see, like, which is bad, but I'm starting to see that people are describing love as almost settling. You know, when people are talking about their partners, like, oh, you know, yeah, man, she does piss me off. Yeah, man, she does do this. Yeah, man, she is, you know, a piece of crap, but, you know, I love her. That's what love is. It's like, yeah.
I don't agree.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I don't agree.
Cool. All right, man. So,
how you do one thing is how you do everything. If you settle here, you're gonna settle everywhere else.
You're gonna settle in everything, man.
Yeah.
There's so much potential in everything that we put our mind and energy into, man. Like, and it's really just consistency. It's just gonna work out, man. And as if you believe in yourself, everybody else just follows you. Man, they're my sheep.
Yeah.
Like literal sheep, fam. I just wear my brand around. I wear my hoodies around. I don't even tell people it's mine. I just wear it around. I wear it with some Jordans, or, you know, I dress up or whatever. And someone might say something to me. He's like, oh, that's a nice hoodie. And I was like, oh, I appreciate it, yeah.
And you work with Deuce Brand too, right?
Huh?
You be working with Deuce Brand too, right?
Nah.
No?
Nah, man. See, that was the mix-up.
Yeah.
At first, I made one of my logos, and then I see Deuce Brand, and I was like, I need to change this up.
Damn,
So
it was
I
one of
changed
those.
it up, yeah.
See, that's a mix-up.
Yeah, I didn't even want to be involved in a conversation with them, man. I was like, I respect their brand as it is. They're for hoopers too.
They are for hoopers. That's why I was like, I thought there was an association there. But that's like one of the first lessons of like
of entrepreneurship.
Is like, make sure nobody's doing what you're trying to do.
Yeah, like, don't, you know, there's gonna be so many times where in your lane you're gonna brush shoulders with someone, and it's not like saying Deuce Brand is a big brand. It was never brushing shoulders, but having a logo similar to theirs, like, it's just so, like, everything we see is so diluted.
It's diluted, yeah.
Yeah, I probably walked in Foot Locker one day, walked around, just not paying any mind to it, and then there we go.
That's interesting.
Like, but
that's
so it go, man.
That's right there is something that you did, that you saw, okay, there was a mistake here, and you saw it, you identified it, and you changed direction. And that's one thing right there is very, very crucial in moving forward. It's like, can you identify when something's going wrong, when something's not working, where you made a mistake or you missed something, and pivot? Because a lot of people will double down.
That's accountability, fam.
There it comes right back. It comes right back.
It
comes right back to accountability.
I'm not about to double down on being wrong. For what? Like, and who knows if I'm wrong anyway? Like, who really knows, bro? Who knows if you're wrong? I know.
That's all that matters.
Okay, cool. You know, I know now. It lasted 2 seconds. Now I still know, but what's new, fam?
That inner dialogue, man. Like, the voice in our head. You know, and when you're talking about your art and with Headspace, I thought that was interesting, and I think that's one thing that, for me, when I looked at the piece, is what came to mind was, what is that voice in our head?
Yeah.
What is it telling us on a day-to-day? Can we control it? Can we change it? Can we reprogram it? Because how you talk to yourself is probably the biggest indicator of how successful you're going to be in life, you know. And, you know, with the conversation about mental health, it's like some people, we can't control that voice sometimes. You can't control it.
You can't. I went into a downward spiral doing that. And I feel like this pandemic itself is, in terms of hoops, has made me, I feel so much more comfortable and better on the floor. I feel so confident, like more than I've ever in my entire career, fam. But that's all because I've changed my mental. I've felt like everything that I've been able to accomplish in regards to hoops was because I was so hard on myself. Because I know, like, I don't have so many people to lean on to kind of just tell me, yo, man, like, that's whack, bro. That left-hand drive was whack. But I was doing this to myself, like, constantly, bro. Like, every single mistake, every bad action, even, like, if I'm at home eating a burger, I'm like, bro, you think Russ is eating a burger right now? Russ is, like, 4% body fat, fam. He ain't eating a burger right now, G. It's 8 p.m., fam. He's probably stretching. He should stretch. And I was I put myself into a depressive spiral doing that. And I still do it to this day, bruv, to be honest with you. And I think I love it because it really checks me. Like, I can check myself so rudely, fam. But when I hear it out loud, and like, when people are close around me and they hear what I'm saying to myself, they check me as well. Like, yo, don't be saying stuff like that to yourself. Like, I'll call myself names and stuff just for not working.
You say it out loud though?
Yeah.
Yeah. I do that too. I talk to myself out loud.
Yeah, man. I'd be like, yo, you're a piece of, you know,
Yeah,
come
go
on,
that
man. Pick up the pace. And really all it is just that I said that I'm going to finish a piece today, and I didn't. I just kind of touched on it and just did something else. And that's so detrimental to yourself. And that's what Headspace and Spiral Season is about. So I did another piece recently called Spiral Season. The premise of it is kind of like an open yelling.
I seen that one.
Subconscious, but like, you know, just kind of within it there's beauty within it. Is what I really wanted to transcribe. That once you understand where you are and what you're doing and what you're feeling too, and kind of what contributes to you feeling that feeling, that's where the beauty comes in, and that's where the accountability is. And accountability is fucking beautiful.
It's very beautiful,
man. I knew I was grown up when I started being accountable for my accounts.
That's some real shit right there.
Real shit, like, because man, them are not accountable for their accounts. You know, like using their debit card like it's a gift card. Like, I don't know how much is on there, but we'll see. You know, and that's tough. It's a tough space to be in. But once I realized, once you're accountable for even the little things like that, like that part starts to grow even.
Absolutely.
Like, so many people don't realize, like, when you're conscious of what you're spending, you spend less. You reevaluate everything that you're trying to do. And that is the beauty within Spiral Season, is just all based around accountability. And accountability is so beautiful, fam. Like, you can be on the bad side of it and you can be on the good side of it, but when you kind of do both and have that lane and just keep it going forward,
you're good.
Gucci, man.
It's interesting because you talk about accountability. I remember one day when I was first getting involved with the business.
Yeah.
I said, listen, I got to know where my money's going. Yeah. So I sat down and I looked at, one credit card statement and one debit card statement. And I just want to see how much money do I spend on food outside. And I almost vomited. I actually did vomit in my mouth at the number. And I'm like, yo, I'm not going to tell you guys the number. But it was absurd. And I'm like, yo, there's no way that I'm spending this much on food. But then you think about it, like, holy smokes, yes, you are. And that's the accountability. You can keep pushing things to the side. Yeah. And you never have to face them. But then eventually you got to face your problems head on. And then that's another thing that the pandemic kind of reinforced. It's like, now I'm just tackling things head on every single time. There's no, because you're accountable here. Yeah. So then it forces you to be accountable everywhere. You're like, okay, you identified the problem. What's the solution? Yeah. Is it me? Okay. What do I need to do better? And it's very like, I always say to people, when I say people, I'm talking with my brother and stuff, but I think it's very, very difficult to go up against your will every single time. I think if you have to rely on, let's talk about okay, we're talking about accountability and accounts, saving money. If you have to go into your account once a week and tuck X amount of dollars into this account.
Yeah.
Like, if you have to do that yourself every time, that's a losing battle.
Yeah.
You know, like, people might think I'm very disciplined. Like, I set my phone alarm. I have my phone, like, that I use. I sleep on it. That's on a bedside table. I have another phone on my desk in my room. That's across the room.
You have to get up.
So I have to get up and shut it off. Because I know that with my willpower, I'm going to hit snooze on the phone beside me. 10 out of 10 times I'll hit it. But if I got to get up and walk over to the table and turn that phone on, that's a system that I don't have to think about. It's like, that has to get done.
It has to get done.
It has to get done. Whether I like it or not, whether the willpower is there or not, it forces me to get up and turn that thing off.
Yeah.
You know? And with accountability, you can set those systems up. You can say, okay, if I got to do this and like rely on my will every time, it probably won't happen. But if I can say, okay, well, let's set up the system in my bank account so it just puts the money there once a week.
Yeah.
You know, then it's like you're not thinking about it. And you build enough of those, then you don't have to think about anything. You can focus on the other things. And I think that's the beauty of entrepreneurship. It's like you can create systems. Maybe the systems don't pay you, but you can set up systems within your life to kind of just
help you guide.
Help
you do what you gotta do.
Yeah. Because I think going up against your will every single time is a losing battle. And I think that's where, when we say discipline, it's very misplaced.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes you got to bring the gym to you. Sometimes you got to create the environment for yourself to be successful.
You should always create your environment. We do that every single day, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Every day. Being an entrepreneur and just being a go-getter, like, it's moving. Everything you do is moving with direction and taking everything as well, like, as a lesson, right? And it's so much easier and better to work for 15 minutes at something than to ponder 15 hours about doing it. And these are the systems you put in place, like you mentioned, the alarm across the way. All right, every 9 o'clock, every single day, without fail, and it rang while we were here. I have an alarm, and the question on the alarm says, life purpose, question mark. Every night, every time I close up my day, because that's kind of where my day is kind of slowing down, finishing, and that's the question I have to ask myself every time. And I'm not going to snooze it. I turn off the alarm, but that's the self-talk, the accountability, the direction, just kind of being resolute to what you need to do and what you have to do. Man, the savings accounts thing, what you were talking about, man, that was me, fam. I have to put some away, like to a point where I know myself so much where it's like I can't have it in my presence. You know? It can't be there, fam. So if 5K comes in from a job, cool. 2.5, I'm gonna put away somewhere. I'm gonna put it in, like, you know, somewhere like a box or like a safety something, just so it's out of my sight, fam. It's not in my account. It's not in my home screen.
It's not there.
It's not in the coin jar.
Out of sight, out of mind.
For the coffees, fam.
Yeah.
Like, it's just away. It's away. But those systems, like, you have to be able to set yourself up with your systems that are different than the systems that society gives you. But the systems are not a bad thing. They're great. They keep people moving. Whereas humans are sheep, fam. We have to have a structure.
Absolutely.
Like we can't just sit here and do nothing.
No, you
Shit
can't.
gets wild, cuz.
It does. It does. The first, like, I think the first 2 weeks of the pandemic, I'm like, I'm not doing anything. I think I played Call of Duty every night for like 4 hours. Yeah. You know? After that, I'm like, yo, we can't just keep doing nothing. Yeah, bro. You know, winning a war zone is not it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we gotta do some things now, you know? And like you said, like, that structure that society usually gives us, it's there, but you gotta be willing to create your own structure. You gotta be able to say, okay, well, I know this and this and this needs to get done. How can I make this easier for myself? Yeah. You know, and a lot of my day, like, I hope, like, the whole concept of, like, I don't believe in that concept of waking up at 5 a.m. Yeah, and, like, I think that's very extreme. I had days where I used to do that, and I tried to do that. And some days I still do wake up at 5 a.m. But for the most part, I gotta be at work at 10. So it's like, let's just wake up at 7, do your workout, you know, and just for me, the best thing is for my day to look the exact same every day.
Okay.
You know, I feel like if you show up to the as an artist, and I don't know if this is the same for you, but when I want to write, if I show up at my desk and the document is open and I give myself some time to get into it, you get in the zone, you start getting away. You know what I'm saying? But if it's, I find it hard to like block, okay, we got an hour, we got to write for an hour. I find it really hard to do that. I have to give myself more than that. And then maybe it becomes 45 minutes, an hour. And then, you know, I try to block off the time, you know. But that's the thing about when you work for yourself, is like you can do whatever you want with your time.
Yeah. I mean, it's either really good for your health state and your mind and your business, or it's just extremely detrimental, you know. And those are the habits, like, you can even fall into the bad habits of that too.
Absolutely.
Right? I'm the same way. Like, I can't just be like, okay, I'm free at 5, I'm gonna finish this piece by 6:30, and that's the only free time I have. I gotta do something at 7, blah, 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 blah. Can't do that, fam.
Can't.
Nah, I need to sit there. I wanna, like, ponder. I wanna scroll through my phone a little bit. You know what I mean? I wanna listen to some music. I wanna I wanna feel comfortable.
Yeah.
And
you search for the zone.
Yeah, just your zone, man. Just your zone. And I feel like some people feel like that zone is like, you picture like an underground train, like a subway train, and it's just like flipping bare lights and just techno, like quick. Nah, man, like everyone's zone is different. Your zone is meant to be your comfort.
Yeah.
Like if this life was a game and it's like a whole simulation.
It is a game.
It is a game. So say like every night, instead of going to bed, our characters, we went back into like a lobby in the game. How would your lobby look like? That's your zone, fam. Your lobby's got a vending machine, it's got a little couch in there, you know, it's got a bed, take a little nap. Or is your lobby, or you go back to your lobby and there's just like 10 treadmills, 15 bikes, you know, there's this bear Ryan on the wall, like telling you to go get it. Like everyone's zone's different, and you really gotta find your own type of niche to be self-disciplined, to create those type of those boundaries for yourself, that structure when you're working. Otherwise, it's just gonna go to shits, cause like,
it does go to shit.
Yeah, like you feel like you're gonna bottom bounce, but really that's your floor, and you're just making a new floor every single time. You don't wanna make new floors, bro.
It's not sustainable.
No.
You know, and I think it comes down to like, how sustainable can you make it? You know, can you clock in, clock out every day at the same time? You know, can you know, is your space accommodating to you as an individual, that you can come in there and you can really create? You know, and I think that we don't stress the importance of that environment, because the environment also will affect the self-talk. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. If you know, and your environment isn't just material or you know the ambiance, it's also the people. Right? Who's around you? Are they bullshitting you? Are they giving you some real talk? Are they?
That's the thing, fam.
You know, when you talk about, we come back to accountability. Are they holding you accountable? Do you know what I'm saying? Because if you come to me with an idea and you're excited about an idea, I'm not going to sit here and just be like, hey, that's a good idea. I'm going to listen. The next time I see you, I'm going to ask you about it. 'Cause I pay attention to I'm going to ask you, yo, what about that idea you're talking about? You know what I'm saying? I'm going to hold you accountable now. You're the one who said it. You're the one who brought it up.
You said it, fam.
You're the one that you said you're going to do it. I want to know. And if I hear an excuse, and I'm going to ask you, you know, what's up with it? Like, why is that? Why are you using that as an excuse? You know, I like you mentioned, I see the potential in everybody.
Yeah.
And I think that we're all capable of great things if we can identify exactly not what we want, because what we want, you know, desires change.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, desires, tomorrow you might want some fat burger.
Yeah.
The day may come and you're like, you know what, I think I just want a steak. Maybe I want a salad. Your desires change.
Yeah.
But what excites you never changes. You know, if you, like, for me, film has always excited me. I love a good movie.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? music has always excited me. I always thought I'd probably end up doing music or some shit, but that shit excites me. You know, basketball didn't really excite me. I loved what I was learning from it. You know, the work ethic. You know, I thought that shit instilled a lot of shit in me. You know what I'm saying? The experience of the people I was meeting. You know, but I loved the game. But it didn't excite me. You know, art excites me. You know what I'm saying? Creating things, manifesting things from thin air. Yeah. That shit excites me. You know what I'm saying? And I think it used to excite me, but when I started hooping, I think it suppressed that creativity. And even as a hooper, you know, I didn't do well with structures. You know, I think looking back on my career and how much I played and stuff like that, I'm like, yo, you know, the structured environment I felt might have been a little detrimental to me because I flourished in chaos. Yeah. You know, in chaotic environments, I felt comfortable, you know, and you can even say that even that can trickle into your relationships. You may search for chaotic relationships. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And not everything manifests the same across every platform. You know what I'm saying? But it does, there is some common denominator between it.
I personally think the common denominator is just that it's all business, everything, even like love languages, fam. Ooh. Love languages is business, supply and demand. Like, okay, if my love language is physical touch and words of affirmation, I like being told, "Hey man, good job today," and you know, pat on the back, and hers is, I don't know, gifts and physical touch. Fam, if I stop getting her gifts, she's gonna stop giving me the pats on the back. It's a business, fam. It's supply and demand.
It's exchange.
It's exchange. So many relationships are like that, fam. Friendships, love relationships, business relationships that you meet, like team relationships too, fam. Like,
but no, love languages are an exchange. Yeah. Relationships are an exchange, like you're saying. You know, it doesn't matter what the nature of the relationship is.
Nah, it's business, fam.
Supply and
business
demand.
Exchange, supply and demand, economics 101. Just school, fam. Like, people want to talk about unconditional love too, but even unconditional love has conditions.
Oh yeah. You
know what I mean? Like stories of wives taking care of their husband that they've been with for so long, and now all of a sudden, you know, knock on wood, but they come into a vegetated state, or they can't look after themselves anymore. You think that's unconditional love? Or the condition is like, I look like a douchebag if I leave right now. 1, 2, I've already been with him for 25 years. So there's 2 conditions there already before you even get into how you feel about the man or how you feel about your partner. And I don't know, man. I know it's an exchange, it's a business, and I think once both parties actually understand that and know that, then it works. Rather than like, nah, like this is just me, this is how I'm set, like let's just do this. But you have to tap in with that side of it.
It is. It's an exchange. Like, it's economics. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think maybe my view's skewed, but it's very easy to find yourself in the wrong relationship. Like, it's more easier than we think. You know what I'm saying? Because I like to look at the numbers. All right? Yeah. There's 7 billion people in this world. We'll say half are female. Okay, 3.5 billion. Let's say that maybe 10 million are within your age range. Yeah. You know, like you're like somewhat compatible with. And maybe 1 million might actually spark your interest. Yeah. 1 million. It's a lot of people. That's a lot of people. It's a lot of people. And I firmly believe, and shout out to A Bronx Tale, 3 great women in your lifetime. Yeah. They might be spread out. They might all come at once. And I think the 3 great women, 1 is a life partner, 1 might be a twin flame, 1 might be a soulmate.
The 3 great ones.
The 3 great ones, yes.
I heard of that.
The 3 great ones. You know what I'm saying? 3. If you're compatible with 1 million, even let's drop it, let's say 10,000. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? maybe only 1,000 are in your city. Those are not very good odds.
No.
The numbers are not in your favor.
No.
You know what I'm saying? And when we were talking about settling, it's really easy to find yourself in the wrong relationship.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I even found myself in a lot of wrong relationships. You know, and it has nothing to do with the other person.
No.
It has more so to do with who you are as an individual, what you want out of life, you know, what might excite you, you know what I'm saying? And I think that the whole unconditional love thing is one thing, but even you find your soulmate, there's conditions. There's conditions there. You know, your twin flame, your life partner, whatever, there's conditions there. You walk out, you step out of that relationship might be over.
Yeah.
You know, and this is a different tone that I was speaking, you know, maybe 40 episodes before this, I was talking about how polygamous relationships are it. And for some people, they may work. But until they run into that person that, you know, makes them feel like, okay, yo, this might be the one.
Yeah.
You know, because I also believe that even preferences are a little in the air. Because you may have a preference, but someone may come across you and spark your interest, and they may not be anything that you imagined.
Yeah.
You know, so it's love is a really, really...
Love is tricky, fam. Love is really tricky. But people say love is beautiful, yeah. It's also blind because, man, just like you were saying, you find yourself stuck and struck in love, right? Blinded by it in the wrong relationships. And I've been in a few wrong relationships myself, and kind of, you know, you're convincing yourself that, man, you know, like, you love this person, and all of this stress that you're feeling from them right now, like,
It's worth it.
It's worth it. Like, this is just how it is. Like, this was just gonna be till your time's done. That's all types of long, cause, like,
it gets sticky, man.
It gets sticky, man.
It gets sticky, man. And a lot of love can be out of not love. A lot of relationships can come from just random events, circumstances, and, you know, you gotta be on the same page as the person you're with, or else, you know, you may be on the same page going in a direction that neither one of you is okay with.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It gets really tricky, but I think that the numbers are not in our favor. I don't believe that most of us find the love of our life.
Nah, I feel like most of us get to a point in our life and we're just like, okay, you know what? I like you enough. Where, like, your crappy sides are, I can deal with
tolerable.
It. Yeah, like, I can handle that. Like, it's no biggie. Like, I've got it in me. Like, yeah, you've got an attitude problem, but I'm hard-headed, so I don't listen. But people, like, you feel like that's like a trait that you want to hold on to in a relationship. Yeah. Really, my man, you just hard-headed, you don't listen. You take disrespect often, fam.
There's a lot of that.
Yo, I see so many man them like, yeah, my girl got bad attitude, man, you know, and they kind of brag about it a little bit. You hear, when they girl phone them on the phone, you hear them on loudspeaker, they're turning the volume down.
And then you see
they
like
pull
this
it,
with their hands.
Like this. Yeah. And they kind of wearing that badge on their chest that, like, that's what they like their girls got that sass to them. But if that, not that is a bad thing, everyone has their own characteristics, but that overflowing in business is someone kind of just talking down to you. And you're just like, okay, I'll do what I gotta do for this deal. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna start bending over. Like, fam, some men bend, some men don't. You know,
facts. I think the number one thing, you know, what my relationships have taught me, the bad and the good, is that there has to be mutual respect.
You don't say that.
If that ain't there, she can give you, you know, all the hall passes you want.
Yeah.
She can, you know, cook all the meals, whatever. But if you don't respect her, she don't respect you, that ship is not going nowhere.
Foundation before relations, cause
ooh, that's a bar. That's what the Gifted Gab is about right there. That was a bar. Foundation before relations.
Foundation before relations, man. Like, my best relationships have been, we were friends first, And it's like we built that respect boundary where it's like there are certain lines here that we're just not going to cross. And I feel like when you just jump straight into something with someone without being, well, in my experience, without being friends first, it's like when an argument comes up, you hear them say some mad you know. It's like, yo, wait.
That's how you feel?
Whoa.
That's how you really feel?
Okay.
Tell me how you really feel.
Keep talking. I like to listen to people when they're mad. You know, I like to listen to the hypotheticals they pull out. And I like to see how people react to certain situations as well. Because it
says a lot about them.
It says a lot about them, and it trickles, and it shows their morals, it shows their respect levels that they have for you. And my whole view and outlook on love, like, I think love is subjective. Like, love is beautiful, so it's art. And art is subjective too. And the thing about that, it's parts of it that we love, but, dude, I'm about to ramble because I was about to go. I see where I was going. I was like, I can't go there.
It gets a little dangerous now.
Someone's going to DM me, be like, yo, what the you mean?
Nah, love is beautiful, man.
Love is beautiful, man. It's super subjective, though, but my outlook on it hasn't really been the best. Like, I haven't seen great love. I haven't seen extremely happy married couples. I haven't seen happy older married couples either. So it's kind of put a lot of questions on my mind, like walking into it at the forefront. But
yeah, man, you gotta play the numbers, man.
Gotta play
like,
the numbers.
The numbers.
Bro. It's just
3 for 1,000.
Bro, I ain't even numbers like that. Has let them fall over here, fam. I'm not even like. I feel like you can't chase love.
No, you can't chase.
You can't chase love, and just like relating it to art, like you can't force yourself to create a sick art piece, like. You can't force yourself to go in the studio and make it hit, like make a banger. Like, yo, I already know what's going on.
It's a natural.
It's just a natural flow, you know, and just a natural give and take.
I firmly believe that love will happen when you love yourself fully.
Fully.
You fully love yourself, and that's when love will really manifest itself in somebody outside of you.
Yeah.
You know, but if you don't love yourself, if you're not at a place where, you know, you have mastered your own emotions, your own self-awareness, if you're not there yet, you know, it's really, really difficult to ask somebody else to love you if you don't even love yourself yet.
Yeah.
That's a very impossible task. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I don't love myself, but I want you to love me. It's like me selling a carpet. Like, this carpet is trash, but I want you to buy it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. And too many people, and what I see is like, the narrative is like, oh, this person should love me with all my flaws, or this person should take me with all my trauma and all my unresolved issues. No, that's bullshit, and that's a lack of accountability.
Yeah.
And you know, when we're talking about, and it keeps coming back to accountability, which is crazy, but when we were talking about, you know, how you were saying how you see on social media, and sometimes there's so much outrage and this obligation to accept people as they come. Yeah. Which I think, and I might come under fire for it, but I think it's bullshit. It removes the accountability from an individual to say, I am the problem. I didn't resolve this issue or this issue and this issue. Yeah. But you should still accept me for who I am. Yeah, you should still hire me for this job, even though I don't meet the qualifications. That's ridiculous, you know? And there are the odd times where, like, this person may have something that is beyond what these qualifications are asking for. And it may, you know, you can't say a fish can't climb a tree. But we're in a place now where, because this person says, you know, well, this, you should accept me with all this and all that and all that. Now everybody's looking to pull that card. Yeah. And then now, where does that leave the people who take the time and the effort to work on themselves, who take the time to hold themselves accountable, to take the time to say, you know what, you know, I was dealt a shitty hand, but I made the best of it. You know, what about those guys? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, removing the accountability kind of just puts us in a really weird place in society where now everybody's saying, well, okay, well, no, you can't say that shit about how you don't like this person or that person.
Yeah, like,
or how, and it's a very, very slippery slope. And I don't know. It's sometimes I'm like, yo, where are we? What is the direction we're going into with all this shit? With removing that accountability from individuals.
Removing accountability down to the finest things, even like in lifestyle situations. Like I've parted ways with people that I would wanted to spoken with and gotten to know them, but I have an active lifestyle. I like to go for walks. Sometimes I go for a run every now and again. I like going to the gym, and with that comes different decisions that are made behind closed doors too. Like not fucking eating out every single day, or like ordering a large pizza with 15 wings and 12 cheese breads. We've been there, but like you don't have to love people how they like you. You don't have to do shit, fam.
No,
like, you don't have to do shit, fam. I don't know who the hell told someone, yo, see that person over there, that one that's stressing you the fuck out. Like, life's stressing you out as it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Monday is mad annoying. Your boss is annoying. Everyone's annoying. You got rent, bills, all of this stuff to pay for. But that one there, you just gotta love her how you gotta love her. And she's stressing you. That's just that.
I don't believe that either.
That's just that.
It's more complicated than that. But at the end of the day, it's like, yo, do you have to put up with this stuff? No.
Nah, G.
You know what I'm saying? You don't have to put up with anything that you don't like.
And likewise, like, they don't have to put up with anything on my side either. You know what I mean? Like, I'm too quiet. I don't like talking on the phone. Okay, cool. You don't have to put up with that, darling.
Mm-hmm.
Go. Like,
there's
do what you gotta do.
There's 3 people that will. There's 3 people that will. You know what I'm saying?
Like,
and it's like, and that whole settling thing comes down to, you don't have to put up with anything that doesn't look you in the eye or fulfill you or excite you. You don't have to settle for that. No. You don't have to. But there's this thing that says, like, no, like, well, you got to accept this the way it is. You got to accept this person the way it is. You got to take this job because it's the only one you can get. And I know some circumstances are different, and there's situations where you don't have no options. But at the end of the day, there's somebody else that had a very similar hand to you, or maybe even the exact same hand, and made lemonade out of lemons, and it's like, I don't know, it's a mindset thing, and it comes down to that self-dialogue and that self-awareness, and right back to accountability.
I think it's a super hard push, like, especially with the pandemic now. Like, before the pandemic, everyone's just kind of being told what to do, following, everything was ordered and ordained, innit? And now, with the pandemic, there's so much change happening rapidly, but there are certain things that are, like, pushed beyond that. Loving me in my flaws, like, love me in my unresolved trauma. Like, I gotta resolve my trauma. Like,
you gotta resolve it.
Yeah, just because times are changing and we all have to be accepting of everything, we don't have to be accepting of the bad things too. Mm-hmm. And it trickles, bruv. Like, you're not trying to be yelling in a relationship because you have unresolved anger issues. You're not trying to be, I don't know. I have trust issues myself personally. So I don't like, when I first meet someone, I don't like taking them to where I live straight away.
No, as you shouldn't.
So, but some people kind of feel weird about that, and they're like, "Oh, you don't trust me? I don't know what you've been through in your life.
No, I
don't want to be involved." And they kind of just say, "I bet, yeah, get back in the pond. I need to go to the ocean." Shit, weird fish over there, but man, love is weird, love is weird. Love is weird, man.
But it's beautiful.
It's beautiful. That's the subjective part about it. Like, how beautiful is it?
I mean, I like to say, like, if you question it, then you haven't found the right. That's what I say. It's like, you haven't found the right person. Because, like, it comes down to this. If you actually unconditionally love somebody, you'll work through whatever hiccups. You don't have to accept the shitty parts of a person.
Okay.
But when there's a bump in the road that you're on in this path together. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you'll figure out.
Jay-Z cheated on Beyonce.
Yeah.
Jay-Z cheated on Beyonce.
That's a bold ass.
Nobody's
motherfucker.
safe. Nobody's safe. And they got through it. They made it. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, Solange tried to whoop him a little bit.
A little
in
bit,
the
a
elevator.
little physical altercation and shit.
But I heard she kicked him in the chin. Bro, you're in a lift. How do you kick someone in the chin?
But,
Gee.
like, you got to look at what came out of that. You got two of the greatest albums of all time came out of that. Like, you could hang 444 in the Louvre.
Yeah.
I think, you know what I'm saying? It's that important to the culture that totally reimagined masculinity. Because people don't realize that, you know, Jay-Z's on this album making amends. Not only with everybody. The first song on the album is called Kill Jay-Z. He's killing his own ego to start the album, to say, like the first line's kill Jay-Z. You know, like, away with the ego, away with the egotistical side of me that brought all these issues that I'm about to talk about on this album. Like, let's nip that in the bud right away. And then he makes amends with his mom. He begs for his wife back. You know, he writes a letter to his father who he hated. You know what I'm saying? And then he wraps it up with a song about family and legacy. That's a beautiful piece. Like, I'm all about conceptual art.
That's a story.
That's a story right there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And, like, our ego has a lot to do with it, especially for us as men. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of things we see, and our lens is clouded with that ego, you know? But at the same time, you know, in certain situations, your ego is so necessary to just get you to, like, for me to feel like I have something to say and to put on a mic and turn on cameras and just start talking shit with my friends and whatever. That took some ego to do that.
Yeah.
It takes ego. It takes some sort of delusional belief to even start something like that. For you to even start a painting or even say, I'm going to go play basketball on the other across the pond, it takes, like, a little bit of ego is in there, you know? And, you know, there's a yin and yang. There's good and bad and everything, right? It's not black and white.
It's all about balance.
Oh, I think balance is overrated.
Yeah.
I think so. You know, I think extremes are one thing, but I think when we talk about balance, that's a way to say, well, you got to compromise in some places with some things, and I don't like compromise at all.
See, I think we can look at balance differently. I see balance as, you know, we were talking about before you touched on not making any new flaws, right? So, like, once you've already done something, you're not trying to go lower than what you've done already. Like, you kind of know what you can do. You're not trying to go down too much. Damn, man. He lost it. Egos, man. Egos, bro. Fucking hell.
So tell me, man. NFTs.
Holy.
NFTs, man. As an artist, how do you think it is it helping? Is it hindering you as a visual artist? You do canvases. You know, how does it affect your craft?
Doesn't. It's only made me want to expand. I've actually made a couple of NFTs and put it out there already. I have 2 NFTs on Rarible. I'm working on a collection now where I'm gonna post 100 pieces for $100. And you know, is the it's a similar model to what Tory Lanez did. Damn, excuse you, fam.
You guys can laugh.
But Tory Lanez put out 1 million NFTs for $1 each, and like you could have bought 40, you could have bought 50, but the purpose of it is that the resale is so, like, everyone gets a buck, especially the artists too. So with some of these NFTs that I'm putting out right now, I'm gonna put out a spiral season NFT, and within the condition, it looks like a JPEG image you can screenshot. You know, the 3D aspect of it looks like something you can screen record and just crop it and have it on your phone. But after purchasing through the blockchain, like each NFT has its own conditions. Like the Bored Apes Yacht Club, each person that owns one of those NFTs, they have like access to this yacht club in the metaverse where only like the higher ups are. You know what I mean? So you're gonna be in this yacht club and bumping in the metaverse to P. Diddy's flipping meta character. You can chop it up with him, and that's the benefit of getting that NFT. I think the link between the NFTs and physical art for me is being able to list the physical piece with the NFT. So put out the Spiral season, and with that condition, if you buy this NFT, you will also be shipped the original canvas. I get royalties off of it as well, because it's NFTs, man. It's changing the game. Like if I sell you the headpiece canvas right now, if you sell it in 4 or 5 years for a higher price, I have no idea. I don't get any of that bread. You make that whole flip, and it's just all on you, you know. But with the NFTs, if I was to link that to an NFT and have my 10% royalty, my 15% royalty set, the blockchain don't lie. So if you sell it, if you flip it for your thousands and your 100,000s and your millions, I'm the creator. I still get a piece of my pie too. You know what I mean? And that's where it's really changing the game for artists. You can link so many things to NFTs. People are linking NFTs to real estate now, like as we speak, physical real estate.
Really?
Yeah. A apartment in the States, I think it's Miami, it was with an NFT that was purchased online. So if you buy this NFT, you win the bid, you've got the apartment too. And they're linking those as well with Metaverse lands as well. So there's a lot of different concepts in the NFTs. Each piece, each art piece that you look at, you have to kind of, you know, do a little bit of your own research. Like, what do you gain from it personally as a collector? NFTs are cool though, because you can use them in a metaverse. You know, if they're 3D, I heard you can use them as like your own like character and shit. You can really like.
You getting involved with this metaverse?
I get involved. Man, I get involved with anything that like, you know, puts food in my mouth, fam. To be totally honest. And if the whole world shifts towards the metaverse, then that's where it be. It's not saying I'm gonna shift there too. I feel being present and living life, like actual life, is pretty cool.
Absolutely.
But you know, if I can't link someone at the bar and they're like, nah, fam, let's talk business in the casino in Japan, log on, put your goggles on, then that's where we're gonna have to go, cause like. But I don't know, man. I think this metaverse stuff is kind of wild, fam. Like even we were talking about the Neuralink chip. Like, what do you think about the metaverse? Like in 5 years' time, if you're single, meeting someone in the metaverse, now would you like keep a relationship with them in the metaverse? You try to link them in real life? Like, how does that, like, what goes there? Like,
wow!
What are the rules there?
The
Like,
rules in this? Like, we gotta ask us, what's his name? Mark Zuckerberg. Like, is there going to be an 18+ section in the metaverse?
Bruh.
Is there a red light district in the metaverse? I think these are the questions people really want to know.
Yo, imagine online dating in the metaverse. You're just walking around, you're like, nah. Okay, cool.
That looks like
What's
Tinder.
good?
That's like Tinder.
Just physical Tinder. But then it's like, nah, that would just be weird because it's just people's characters. One person would be a bored ape, like be an ape yacht club. One person would be an NFT that they bought from me, and it would be the Headspace Spiral image.
I think people are already dating in the metaverse. You know, I think that when we look online with Instagram or Tinder or Twitter, you know, one thing people fail to realize about these platforms is that you can be whoever you want on the internet.
Low key, you know that's tough.
It's like you message this girl and you're getting along with her. There's great chemistry. Yeah. And she might pull up on you. You pull up on her. She's a whole catfish. You know, like we've been dating in the metaverse.
Bro, it's
been tested.
Talking about catfishes, fam. There are so many different types of catfishes too. Starting to realize, like, they're even the worst type of catfishes are the personality catfishes.
Oh, that happens. What? That's the worst type. Yeah,
that's the worst type. It's like, yeah, you really look like what you look like, but
You're not who you pretend to be.
It's been 3
online.
days, and the 4th day, you're just like you're you now. That's cool. You should have led with that shit.
That's the thing, man. Like, you can, and that's the thing that the online world has really. What's the word I'm looking for? Allowed? No, it's not. That's not the word. But the ability to just be whoever you want online.
Yeah.
Is also the ability to mislead people about who you really are, because we don't see people's bottoms online. You don't see that unless you're a public figure, but you don't actually see like when people are getting it through the mud. You don't actually see that, this person might be sleeping on a couch for 6 months. You don't see that shit. You know what I'm saying? And not that that should deter you from a person or anything like that, but nobody's actually being honest with who they are.
See, now that's the thing. Like, how honest is honesty on social media? Like, are you meant to post that? Like me personally, I've been homeless a few times, but am I meant to put like a selfie of me on top of the roof just chilling?
Absolutely not.
Like, yo, this is where I'm at right now. But stay tuned. Fuck.
Hashtag stay tuned.
Hashtag stay tuned. I got to practice with another team in a few weeks. We'll see what go on. Like, nah, I don't know, man. I think it's down to us to kind of filter out what we want to believe on social media for sure. But I agree, fam. I know people that have lied so much on social media that they really believe like that's who they are until the lights turn on.
And we see who's who.
We see who's who. It's like, fam, you say you hoop. You definitely do hoop with hula hoops. And hoop earrings and shit.
I always say that, time is a teller of all things. Time always tells, time will really show who's working, who's grinding, who's who, who's whatever. Like, time. Father Time is undefeated.
Undefeated, fam.
And time is all we got.
Time is a mad concept, though.
It's a man-made concept.
Man-made. It's mad, though. Like, it's weird.
You should watch, there's a Vox that talks about time.
Yeah.
Not Vox, Explain. Do you ever watch Explain on Netflix?
Sometimes, but it's about time.
There's an episode on time, and they talk about the construct of time and how a man went in the cave and said he's going to go there for 2 months. So there's no sunlight for him to count the days. So I think he was like maybe 5-6 weeks in.
Okay.
And like to his count, he was 5-6 weeks in because he was keeping track of the days. And someone came in the cave and was like, yo, your time's up. It's been 2 months. He said, what the fuck? Nah, I'm looking at my calendar and it says I got 2 more weeks left. But because he didn't have that your body functions off of the sun. And it has its own natural clock, but it uses the sun and darkness and all that as a reference. Yeah. Because he didn't have that point of reference, his perception of time got so skewed that it was 2 weeks too slow. He was sleeping, like maybe because it was pitch black, maybe he was getting better sleep. Maybe he was only sleeping 6 hours. He thought maybe he was sleeping 8. So they just break down the whole concept of time, and I that's my favorite show on Netflix because it's 20 minutes long. It's so informative. This is not an ad, but I just really rock with that show because I feel like I like to be informed. I like to, I'm not going to always Google shit. Yeah, no. Just watch some shit. That's 20 minutes is not that long. And it gives you great topics to talk about when you're either on a podcast or at a cocktail party or whatever it is. Like, man, it's part of the Gifted Gab, man. You got to have shit to talk about.
You got to have a gift to be able to gab.
Ooh, that's another bar. We're going to have to make that a caption. My man, Jamelle, where can we find your art, man? Like,
oh, man.
I need that headspace. We're gonna talk numbers after this, but, where can the people find you, find your work?
Simple, man. It's JD Art, so ITS JD ART. On all social platforms with that username.
Your art account got suspended recently.
It did, yeah. Someone just, a little upset with me, so, they just reported my page.
Sounds like a bad relationship.
Bruh.
Bad exchange.
So it go.
That's petty. Oh,
so
my God.
Go.
Shame on you.
Sorry, go on.
Shame
man.
on you.
It was alright though. I was able to, like, bro, you can't put a wall up to a man that knows how to climb.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
That's facts.
So the wall came, I opened up another account. It's like, cool, I have so much merch that I want to focus on and put out. And now that spare account that I have, first of all, to have a spare account that has good demographic is awesome. And that spare account, I've changed the username to another project that I want to pursue. So now I've got my clientele, like kind of some of my clientele on both pages, but it kept me busy, man. It kept me busy. There wasn't a day where I was like overstressed about it. You know what I mean? But I did really realize how important the internet was in terms of like scaling your business. I learned that 80% of my stream of income comes from social media.
Yeah.
Like, people hit me up, slide them DM, yo, can I get this piece? How much does it cost? It costs this much. Oh man, that's a little bit of a stretch. I don't want to do a payment plan. Cool. Can I get a print instead? Perfect. If they don't want to print, can I get a hoodie? Can I get some merch items? Can I get a couch cushion? Can I get pillows? Like, so much, like, range is rage, but bruv, like, wherever there's a wall, fam, you just climb, and if walls defeat you, then fuck, I don't know what to tell you, because you're just in that category. You're one of them people. You're the 9 to 5, and that's okay. You do your 9 to 5, and you do that perfectly, however you want to do that. But that's your bracket, and that's where you set your ceiling at. Ooh. So, it's what it is.
There's no ceilings over here.
None, bro.
None at all.
None.
You guys already know. Another Gifted Gab episode, 1K Convos. My man JD. Appreciate you. Thanks for coming by. You guys know what to do. Like, subscribe, share this with your mom and your auntie. And just like that, we gone.